On a beautiful spring morning, young Ixtel was with her elderly teacher, in harmony with nature. The young girl spoke to her teacher, "Master, at school they explained the Tao Te Ching to us, and my classmates and I didn't understand anything." The old man couldn't help but smile. He closed his eyes and kept a warm silence to think about which words to use. "Dear Ixtel, first let's see who wrote the Tao Te Ching." Many years ago, in China, lived a very wise man named Lao Tzu. He was a philosopher. A philosopher is someone who dedicates themselves to thinking and seeking answers to important questions about life. For example, how and why we are here, how we should live, and what is truly important. It is said that Lao Tzu worked as a librarian in the royal court. Imagine how many ancient books and scrolls were there. This gave him the opportunity to read and learn a great deal about history, nature, and the ideas of other wise people. The most famous story about Lao Tzu recounts that, already very old, he decided to go and live peacefully far from the city. When he was on his way, a border guard asked him to write down all his wise ideas before leaving the kingdom, so that people could continue learning from him. That's how Lao Tzu wrote his book, very small but full of wisdom, called Tao Te Ching, which means the Book of the Way and Virtue. This book is like a manual for living in harmony with the universe. The truth is that many exact details about Lao Tzu's life are not known for certain. Think about how long ago he lived. Some historians even think that he wasn't a single person, but a legend, or a group of wise people who wrote the Tao Te Ching together. But, although we don't know all the details of his biography, what we do know is that the ideas found in the Tao Te Ching have been very important to many people for centuries. His simple yet profound way of understanding the world and how to live in it continues to inspire people all over the planet. Young Ixtel nodded her head as the old man took a breath to continue his explanation. "Well, now I will explain what the book is about. Imagine that the Tao is like a very large river that flows without stopping. You can't see it all at once, but you know it's always there, moving and changing things. The Tao is not a person or a god. It's more like the secret force that makes everything in the universe work. Day and night, summer and winter, laughter and crying. It's like the wind. You don't see it, but you feel it." Let me explain some simple ideas about the Tao. The first is that everything is connected. Imagine that all the things in the world are like pieces of a giant puzzle. The Tao is what unites all those pieces, making everything related, from the smallest ant to the brightest star. Imagine a spider web. If you pull one thread, the whole web vibrates. That's how the Tao is. A little bird flying, a flower growing, you breathing. Everything is connected in some way, even if we don't see it. For example, the rain makes the plants grow, and the plants give us oxygen to breathe. Everything is needed. The next idea is the importance of balance. Think of a scale. For it to be still, both sides must weigh the same. The Tao teaches us that in life, it's also important to find a balance between opposite things, like working and resting, speaking and listening. Imagine you're playing with your cousin Paula on a seesaw. If one goes very high, the other goes very low. To have fun, you must be balanced. Studying a lot is good, but you also need time to play and rest. Being kind to others is important, but you also need to take care of yourself. Too much of something can be bad, and too little too. Another idea, dear Ixtel, is to flow like water. Observe a river. If it encounters a large rock, it doesn't fight with it. It simply goes around it and continues on its way. The Tao suggests that sometimes it's better to be flexible and adapt to changes instead of fighting against them. For example, if one day you can't play outside because it's raining, instead of getting angry, you can find a fun game inside the house. You adapt to the situation. The next idea is the power of simplicity. Sometimes we think that the most important things are the most complicated, and that's not the case. The Tao shows us that beauty and strength are in simplicity, like breathing or loving someone. Look at a wild flower that grows when no one takes care of it. It's simple but beautiful. A hug from mom when you're sad is something simple, but it makes you feel much better. The Tao invites us to value the simple things in life, like taking a walk in the park or listening to the singing of birds. And finally, dear Ixtel, the most important thing, knowing oneself. Imagine you have a new toy with many pieces. To know how it works, you need to explore it, study it, see how the pieces fit together, and how it reacts to your actions. It's similar with ourselves. The Tao encourages us to pay attention to how we feel when we are happy, sad, nervous. To understand what we like and what we don't. The better you know yourself, the better you can understand how you interact with that great river that is the Tao, that is, your beautiful mind, and find your own way to navigate it. It's like looking at a map before a trip, to know where you are and where you want to go. Dear Ixtel, the Tao is like a great mystery that we discover little by little throughout life. There is no single right or wrong answer. Each person has their own Tao, their own path, their own river. Each one has their own way of feeling and understanding it.